What is going on, YouTube? This is Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs. Just coming to you guys with my first video in the last 20 days. I just logged on and created this live stream and looked and was like, holy cow, it has been a long time since I've done a video. I just want to give everyone an update of kind of where I've been, what I've been up to, why I haven't had videos. I know I gave a brief overview of what started to happen in August, and it's just been, I haven't been able to catch my breath to really jump on here and tell people what's going on. But I'm excited to get back at it, excited to get back to a routine. I'm definitely getting that place where there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you're new to my channel, people are starting to filter in here. If you're new to my channel, I'm a part-time eBay seller and a full-time corporate finance analyst. That full-time corporate finance analyst part is why I haven't been on YouTube quite a bit in these last couple of weeks. But I specialize in selling usually pretty much men's clothing, a little bit of women's clothing. I've been dabbling with shoes and estate sales, just some miscellaneous goods that I find. I have a pretty lofty 100K goal this year to sell part-time. And so I've been tracking that every month and documenting that here on this channel. And so hopefully I just want to kind of give a summary now of just where I've been, what's on deck, what my September sales look like, and what I have planned for Q4 in relation to my goal and just everything going on in my business. So I'm just going to check the chat real quick, make sure that I'm good here. What's going on, everyone? I'll do some shout outs at the end. Yeah, I've been getting some emails. I appreciate all the nice messages on Instagram and stuff from people just trying to get through this busy time with work. And so just to jump into it, I work in finance and I work in the private equity world where forecasting and planning for the following year has a huge emphasis. And the company that I joined recently in February, I didn't realize how cyclical it was and that this month was pretty much going to be the busiest month for my entire year. And that's no exaggeration. Starting Labor Day weekend, actually, I pretty much have worked 12 hours a day minimum since then. So yeah, pretty much with the exception my dad was here this last weekend, so I got a little bit of a reprieve, but pretty much since Labor Day itself or the night before Labor Day, I was working, even before then I was working like 9-10 hour days. And I've been working 12 hours just straight through, just literally wake up, go to the office, come home, work from home, go to bed, rinse, repeat. Trying to ship goods in between, making sure that I stay up as best I could with my shipping. I have listed 5 whole items for this entire month. That's it. So for me, and any of you who follow my channel know that me listing 5 items in a month is just like unheard of. Me listing 5 items in a day usually is unheard of. Like usually, I have 10 items or more I'm listing per day. Usually listing like 300 items a month minimum. And so it's been a really hard pill to swallow for me. I had to really take a step back. I was doing pretty much 2 YouTube videos a day, at least 1 a day, sometimes 2 a day, plus doing 350 listings in a month. And all of a sudden I went from that to no YouTube videos, no listings, no sourcing. And the really cool part and why I wanted to kind of do this video and just jump back into a routine, because there are going to be more videos, hopefully, if not daily, at least every other day. But I'd like to get back to almost daily just because I really enjoy that, is in spite of listing 5 items, that's it. I have about $3,300 in sales this month. So I should still be on pace to break 5K with literally doing no effort this month. Now I'm going to start getting back into listing tomorrow. So at least got about 10 days left this month to really go hard and try to recoup some of that momentum that I've lost. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys real quick just to make sure and show you guys my sales. I do think it's really interesting too, because we always promote, so much of like list. And, it is possible to build a base that still kind of gives you some residual income, which, for me here it is, it's $3,250 on the month through 20 days. And actually today's been like a $250 day, which has been nice. And, I'm starting to see the ramp up as we get towards Q4 here. And I'm really bummed because I think if I had kept my momentum going from August into September, that I probably would have had around like an 8K month. Like I really do believe that. Maybe even 9 or 10, like depending on how much I ramped up. So it definitely set me back. And I don't think any longer, like I'm bold enough to say right now that I don't think 100K is achievable, unfortunately. Hold on, let me stop my screen share here. But I really don't think 100K is achievable for me. I think that 85 is pretty achievable. 90 would be probably pushing it just on run rate looking. So I'm still going to, I'm not going to let off. I'm definitely going to go really hard this last Q4. And I'm retweaking my business plan right now and thinking about how I want to approach Q4 and laying those out. And so I'm going to kind of be figuring that out, and I'll share that with you guys as we get closer. But I hope everyone else's Septembers are going well. I feel bad I haven't been able to respond to like any comments. Like I literally just haven't had any mental capacity to do anything but what I'm doing at work right now. So thank goodness there's light at the end of the tunnel, starting to get a reprieve, starting to get some sanity back. But it's just kind of what you got to do when you do both, and you work full time and do that. Sometimes that full time job's got to come before your eBay business, unfortunately. So yeah, there's that. And then just kind of from the what's next part for me, and I see Shannon in the chat. So I have to give a special shout out and thank you to Shannon. She has dealt with my zombie mode for like 2 weeks, 25 days or so, 21 days. She's made sure that I've had all the food and things that I need to sustain and get through life. She's kept me sane and really picked up the slack for me. So I have to give her a shout out and a special thank you to my wife to be. So yeah, but as far as like what's coming up next for me, I really thought about, what I want to do heading into 2018, how I want to, really focus my business and keep growing it. And, one of the things that I'm going to really get concrete on right now is starting to build up my processes to delegate a little more. So I'll be well over 2,000 listings by the time I enter 2018. And for me, that means it's time to start thinking about how I scale a little bit more efficiently, because I do enjoy doing both, like working full-time and this right now. And I don't want to give up either. And so in order to keep growing so that it keeps interesting, I need to figure out how to scale. So quarter four is going to be focused on two things for me. One's going to be tons and tons of listings up, getting that momentum back. And then the second is going to be sampling and trying things like InkFrog and different types of software that allow me to either outsource listing or outsource the photography side of the business so that I can scale. So pretty excited about that. I've got some good ideas. I mean, I've been talking about this with a lot of other resellers for months now. I'm brainstorming, helping them, and likewise, and sharing ideas. So I feel like I'm really prepared for it, but now I'm just getting to that point where that momentum is going to start to shift. And then, the other third thing is that now real estate is becoming a really, it's like right here. Like everything I've been planning for in real estate is finally kind of upon me. And I've got some pretty interesting plans on purchasing a property likely for the business itself to store a lot of my stuff in. And then also this property we're in now is going to become a rental early next year. So starting to learn a lot about property management, and I'm going to share that journey as I go. I'm not an expert in it. I'm just going to kind of document for you guys all the things I learned along the way, and always open to tips if anyone has experience in that field already. But so yeah, those are really the three focuses that I'm going to have as I enter this next year and kind of finishing 2018 strong. If I hit 85K, I will have doubled my sales from last year. So for me, that's a really strong accomplishment that I would be proud of. So I really want to make sure I get there, but I can't let off the gas to do that. So I will stop preaching now, I guess. But I felt like I wanted to connect with everyone, just let them know, hey, I'm alive, I'm doing well, I'm excited. I'm not giving up YouTube or anything like that. I got a couple comments of, they're really nice, and I appreciate everyone just making sure I was okay, making sure that I was still going to put out content. And I assure you, I will be putting out content. I really enjoy YouTube. It's something that kind of fulfills me and keeps me satisfied. So you will have plenty of content in the future here. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. Casey's in the chat. Hey, Casey, what's up? I actually was going to go live earlier, but I saw Casey was live at 6, so I decided to wait and cleaned out my return closet, which I'm saving for a different video. Finally starting to get caught up on all my returns and get those relisted. So it's fun times. So anyways, I will take some Q&A. I just kind of want this to be a little more free form catch up. My goal, I don't know what everyone's listing goals are for the rest of the month, but my listing goal is that I want to list 200 things in the next 10 days. So yeah, Shannon's yelling at me downstairs as I say that, but that's really my goal. I'm going to be taking back my mornings. So my sleep schedule has been so messed up. I can't even describe to you how, I've been going to bed at midnight and waking up at 7 and just rinse repeating. And that's just I'm not used to that. So I'm finally getting some control back, going to start going 9:30, 10 o'clock to bed again, getting up at, that 5 a.m., having, 2.5, 3 hours of solid work. So I plan to really knock out hopefully 200 listings between now and the end of the month. Have 2 weekends back to back that are kind of ours to do things with, which is nice. And so just excited about that. I don't know what everyone else's listing goals are, but hopefully everyone's got some big plans to finish the month strong. Organically, Hannah said everyone's live right now. Yeah, it's tough. I try to be respectful when people are live, but like you said, sometimes you just can't avoid everyone when they're live. I see. So as anyone, I'm going to bring up a little bit. So I saw someone post, and I haven't had any time to validate or vet that their eBay. In case you're in the chat, maybe you can answer that. eBay is going to implement pretty much guaranteed returns in October. And I didn't know if that was fake news. Someone posted sky is falling, or if that was true. Either way, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I figured they're moving there eventually, but I just wasn't sure if that was a reality or if I just misread something or misinterpreted something. No, I didn't die. So I thought I died. I didn't. I'm here. I've just been working a ton of my day job, but getting that reprieve now. Hey, drummer, what's up? No worries, you're not late. Someone just in the chat. It's just kind of reconnecting with everyone, letting you know that I'm here and alive and doing well. I will say, so I have gotten into estate sales more. Even like as I was getting into the busy season there, I went to a couple of estate sales in August, and I really, really like that. So going to shift to that more on the weekends, making sure I take advantage of them, because like I found I think I posted on Instagram, I found 2 pair of SAS shoes for $1 each. They had the original box. One was like brand new with box and the original like replacement shoestrings, and the other one was very, very lightly used with a box for $1 each. And it's just like those are $60, $70 flips for $1, and there's just so many of them out there now. If you go on the second day, that I don't want to miss out on that. And so Casey's just dropping some of the answers there that I asked. He said, automatic returns not guaranteed. If the buyer is returning for a reason where they have to pay shipping, it's automatically approved and they pay the label and send it back. If it's a reason that you screwed up for, you have to approve it. Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, that's fine. Anything that automates that process, I'm pretty down with. I mean, I think everyone who follows the channel knows my stance on returns. They're just a part of doing business, and so the less time I have to spend managing them, the more I appreciate it. So if those are the things they're doing, that sounds like an upgrade to me. I'm pretty okay with that. Speaking of, so I want to run this by everyone too. So as I've been getting into estate sales, I bought ink, so expired ink, which I know a lot of people flip and do well with. Sold it. Got this weird message from the buyer, which I should have known right away was kind of fishy, telling me to unwrap the item and tell them if the ink was dried up or not, which I'm like, how the heck do you tell if the ink is dried up or not? But as a whatever. So I didn't unwrap it. I just sent it to them. And they basically right away, oh, the ink's dried up. I'm sending it back, blah, 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 blah. If you want to refund me, you know the usual bit. And so I mean, it was only like $1 something to ship or $2 to ship. So I just was like, fine, return it. Like, I don't care. I'm like, even if I have to pay return shipping, I just wanted to be a pain in the butt and make them actually return it. So like I get it back, and I'm pretty sure it's a completely different cartridge. It seems empty to me. Like I'm pretty sure they just did the old swap. So I was like, this is the first time that's really happened to me. I didn't know if anyone's had that experience with ink, or if pre-opening the package is a standard thing. Like I'm like, that doesn't seem right to me. So this is very odd. I'd never really sold that before. Casey said he's not lucky at estate sales. He's trying. So yeah, the thing with me is with estate sales is I usually go the second day when everything's half off, because then it's like things that I would have passed on the first day, I still can pull the trigger on. Clothing around here, not everyone tries to pick up at estate sales as much. I'm not sure how it is in Florida, but there's usually a decent amount of stuff that I can grab. There's a lot of different odds and ends. And there's just a ton of estate sales around here in Charlotte, just a ton. Like every weekend, there's 4 or 5 big ones running. David C. said, people still want to return items that don't fit. You don't have to read the statement about read the measurements. Yeah, so David, I'm kind of a little more extreme on that, though. I mean, if I went to a brick and mortar store and I bought something and I just didn't like the way it fit, even if the measurements were all right, I still would return it. So, like, I feel the same way. It's like, even though that you might have taken your measurements and they're right, if they get it, you know how you just put on a shirt, sometimes it's like, I just don't feel comfortable in it. Like, you're going to send it back. So, I don't know. I have a different stance on it. Like on eBay, when I average less than 3% returns. I think it's way lower than that actually now. I think it's gone down under 2%. Like that's just a standard cost of doing business. Not sure getting, really upset about it. So Rockstar said that HP ink got banned on Amazon. That's interesting. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people sell expired ink on eBay and do well with it. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. And I pick them. I find them at the estate sales now for like $1 or less. It seems like so. Yeah, Casey, so since doing the 60-day returns and everything, yeah, I might have gone down. I mean, I don't know if it's just I gotten better at listing or I'm getting more detail, or I don't really know, but my returns have just continually gone down, it seems like. And David said that he still allows returns. He just thinks he'll remove that part from it. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much have removed anything from my listings that even hint at preventing a return. I'm just like, and even when people ask questions about like measurements that I might not have or whatever, I'm just like, hey, I don't have that measurement. It's packed up. I offer 60-day returns, no questions asked. Like, feel free to, buy with confidence. Because I just want people to buy with confidence. And I'll tell you what, probably half of the returns that are open don't ever even get returned to me. So they open them, but like most people don't want to take the time to repackage it, go to the post office, drop it off. Like that stuff's not something people do on a normal basis unless you're a seller, like doing those type of things. So that's where like even I always am like, yeah, no problem, I'll return it. And then half the time I don't even have to pay them back. They don't return it. They end up keeping it. It lapses. They forget about it, whatever. So. And guys, we got 67 watching live. I just want to thank everyone for jumping in. I know I've been gone for a while, so I just appreciate the love and everyone dropping in to say hi and give feedback here. It's pretty cool. David C said, but they pay the return shipping to you. So it depends. They pay the return shipping if it's like it doesn't fit, right? Because that's their fault. If they say not subscribed, which sometimes I get a lot of not with describes, and then in the comments they say it doesn't fit, and then you get stuck paying it. So it's just kind of like, I mean, it is what it is. Gina said, I don't return anything, easier to give away. Yeah, I mean, that's also true. I don't return things either. I mean, very, very rarely do I return stuff. Mostly I just resell it if I don't like it. Christopher said, listen, there's he measures the shoulders, armpit to armpit, waist, sleeves, and length. All detailed in listing. So I don't do shoulders and I don't do the waist. So I do armpit to armpit, the length of the shirt, and then the length of the sleeves. Casey, here he goes. Just how do you feel about offering free returns on everything to get better exposure? So is that a setting, Casey? I haven't really looked into it. Like I've totally been out of like the settings world and even thinking about running my eBay store. I'm just getting back into that mental capacity. So can you offer that like no matter what free returns? Is that like a button that's viewed and puts you up in the search rankings, or is that just like a policy you put in like your terms and conditions? I haven't messed too much with the new business policies features. I just set them up initially and I haven't really touched them since I did that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that was a possibility. I'm probably going to, after this, go and flip that. I probably will offer free return shipping on everything. Just because if it really, because I got to believe it seems like eBay is rewarding search engine for all of these things. And I just, the returns, to me, it's like, I only need so many, I only need a couple of extra incremental sales off of that to make up for the extra return shipping I pay. So like it'd be interesting, like, because theoretically, if your returns don't go up anymore, you just need your sales to go up. Well, not sales dollars. You just need your items sold to go up more than 3% from that to make it worth it, right? Well, not even really that, because yeah, I guess that would be. I have to think about that. But yeah, it's a good one to think about. Might have to. I probably will just turn that on and just see how it goes. Returns just happen so infrequently that I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much. I do have a question, everyone. What type of sales have you guys been running as we get to Q4? Is everyone running their normal sales they ran all summer, or have you reduced the percentage? I've reduced mine right down. I actually, for 2 days, didn't even run a sale, and I didn't notice much of a dip in my sales. So I've been backing off 5% at a time every 15 days. I'm down to 15% running for my sale. And I hope to get to 10% to start October, and I'm probably just going to hold it 10% off for all of fourth quarter. I don't think I'm going to go any lower than that. And I'm actually this weekend going to go through and reprice all my inventory to get ready for October. Yeah, Casey does the big 50% off sales. That's one thing to do. I think Chris does the same thing with 10K in the Bay. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's just a pricing strategy. I haven't freshened up my pricing in like 2 months, a month and a half maybe. So I'm going to go through this weekend, really spend some time deep diving, repricing all my inventory, because I really think it's important getting ready for Q4 to get your inventory and your store clean. That's why I'm going through. I've got this huge bin of all my returns the last 3 months. I'm going to go through and figure out what ones are relisted, what ones aren't, get the ones back up that are relisted, kind of cleanse and do that. Going to organize my storage units, get that ready, because I'm really expecting sales to keep picking up, which means I need all my processes to be really airtight so that I'm not wasting time getting my sales, packaging them, shipping them, all that good stuff. Casey just said, how do you feel about trying to buy 2, get 1 free, or buy 2, get free shipping? Yeah, I really like that. And the also thing, right before I got to like busy season here, where I just didn't do anything eBay related. Chris and I are actually investigating the whole redemption code thing and giving like your next purchase a % off. So I want to keep pursuing that and get that a part of my process, like dropping kind of a business card with a redemption code in there to all my sales. So that is something I'm going to pursue here for fourth quarter. I think it's just a good practice, and especially as we get, and maybe on the card, the redemption code is the buy one, get one, or anything like that. I think is a really good way to get duplicate business. Michelle said, I can't see paying for you changing your mind or your fit issues. It's not the same as trying it out at the store and putting it back on the rack. Interesting. DJ said, I've tried 5 times the markdown manager sales and no sales. I get sales after the markdown sale ends. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, there's also that whole like complexity with price establishing value, right, to the buyer, that when things are priced high, sometimes it inherently creates in the buyer's mind that it's more valuable. So it's just interesting when things like that happen. Like I've had the last 2 days, I had a lot of my LL Bean stuff sell for like full price. I mean, like $27.99 for a pair of dress pants that are new without tags. And so like, it's great for me from a $1.15 investment to that. I'm pretty pumped about it, but it's just interesting to me that that's what that can command. And if you're literally, if storage was not a hindrance, the fact that you could literally just buy in huge bulk quantities and sit on stuff and get max value, it's just absurd the ROI you actually can get per item. Looks like we got 75 watching live. Wow, thanks guys. Appreciate you stopping in. Hit that like button for me if you don't mind. I'm pretty pumped to get back into this video routine here. I'm going to take a couple more questions if anyone has some, and then I'm going to jump off here. I got to do my shipping, and then I'm going to get to bed early so I can get back on track with waking up early. I'm pretty excited about it. Casey said Luke is going to be selling LL Bean until eBay goes out of business next millennium. Yeah. I actually, I will have a bulk buy update for everyone on my LL Bean stuff. I actually don't know where I'm at, but I have sold a lot of LL Bean pants. I've got to be above break even by now. If I'm not, I'm going to be very disappointed because I've sold so many pair. So I need to piece that together and organize in the spreadsheet. I will have an update to you guys on that. But I'm definitely like 99% sure I'm way in the green right now. So every pair from here on out is profit, and there are well over 2,000 pair left to sell. So it's pretty exciting. Thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Christopher said, I've tried the redemption code before, 10% off next purchase. I placed the code my store's Facebook page. I didn't notice the difference, so I took it off. Interesting. Thanks, Christy. All right. Well, I definitely miss everyone else too. Like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for the comments even while I was gone. Looking forward to getting back and interacting with everyone and learning from each other. And I miss that interaction in the community. It definitely helps keep you sane when you're building stuff. You feel like you're building it together rather than in a silo. So Thor is downstairs. He has had a spoiled couple weeks. We've had, my dad was here for 3 days this last weekend. He got to spend a ton of time with him. We've been dog sitting off and on. So he's just had lots of company. So he's down there kind of decompressing right now with Shannon. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off. Casey, thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. And I will be back probably most likely tomorrow night. And I'm going to do a video on or how you manage your returns and the processes, because I've been starting to develop a process in my head of how I'm going to handle it, and just curious to see how everyone else does it. Hey, Margaret. All right, guys, have an awesome night. Thanks for stopping in. Hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. And I will be back on tomorrow, hopefully. See you guys.